Door-to-door door-to-door sales is an infamous practice. The problem is that many people feel pressured from door-to-door salesmen, and many salespeople are overly persistent to the point of not leaving property even when people are obviously not interested in buying the product. However, door-to-door sales is a practice that is useful and sometimes necessary for making sales or even for raising money for a cause. After all, fundraising utilizes marketing concepts. Door-to-door sales gets the product right to the customer's hands. For example, selling a religious service door-to-door gets customer access to the religious service immediately, just as selling a chocolate bar for a fundraiser or a pull-up bar for workout equipment gets a customer access to the chocolate bar or pull-up bar immediately. This gives door-to-door selling a unique hands-on experience, and this unique human interaction of door-to-door selling is one that cannot be mirrored at all when shopping online or in retail stores. This being one of the positives of door-to-door selling should be the experience that you hope to capitalize on to make sales. Therefore, there are specific tactics to become more effective at converting door-to-door sales. Similar to what we learned previously of being a salesperson, door-to-door selling uses many techniques to determine what the client is looking for. Here, however, it is harder to scout for potential clients. Therefore, when door-to-door selling, the selling should be straightforward and clear with the sales pitch. Find out if the customer has a need for the product and try to sell it. If there is no interest, pack it up, and instead of being aggressive and ruining your reputation, make sure you leave with showing respect. In addition, make sure that you know every detail about your product. Be prepared to field questions about the product from potential customers, whether it is about a food's ingredients or services benefits. Also, like a general salesperson, you can form relationships through customers with door-to-door selling. When making a sale, try to obtain contact information that can be used to sell products in the future. Then, make follow up contact to make sure that customer is satisfied with the product and establish yourself as a trustworthy person to do business with in the future. Here, you can suggest any other products you may have and try to sell it to them. Remember that the product does not have to be bought now. This is a common mistake in door-to-door sales. Many salespeople think that uh, the customer's window to purchase the product leaves when you leave. This is not true. Save contact information or business cards and keep up interaction and communication with the customer. This will increase the likelihood of making a sale, and they do not need to purchase a product in the brief amount of time that you will be on their doorstep. Avoid pressuring immediate purchases. Avoid pressuring immediate purchases and try to focus on building connections. Leave business cards and contact info if people desire, and let people think about making the purchase without being pestered. The most important thing to do is make it clear that you're selling the product to help them with what problem they are trying to solve and not to make money. At the same time, do not allow yourself to be exploited or on follow up calls. Instead of asking if the customer is interested in buying a product, ask detailed questions that force results. For example, ask if a customer will ask if a customer will buy the product by next week instead of if they are interested in purchasing the product or have made up their mind on purchasing the product. The latter questions are very vague and less likely to produce results. Instead of wasting time and energy mindless repeating a sales pitch, make a concise and strong pitch and then attempt to understand a customer's wishes. A customer is more likely to buy the product that you are selling if they have a need or use for it. Ask questions that are specific and lead to positive product qualities. For instance, let's say that you are trying to sell a toaster. Ask the customer if they want to be able to make breakfast faster or if they currently own a toaster. If a customer doesn't own a toaster, explain the benefits of owning one. This is more likely to result in a sale than randomly listing benefits of the toaster to a customer that you know nothing about. A good approach to questions is copying the Sandler pain funnel, a series of 8 questions that are designed to build customer-seller relationships after identifying the issue the customer is looking to solve. The questions in order are: tell me more about that. And the second one is, can you be more specific? Give me an example. The third one is, how long has that been a problem? Fourth, what have you tried to do about that? Fifth, and did that work? Sixth, how much do you think that has cost you? Seventh, how do you feel about that? And eight, have you given up trying to deal with the problem? Here, you have clearly established the problem, and this leaves room for you to work with establishing your product that you're trying to sell as the solution to the struggles that the customer is describing. Let's refer back to the previous reasons that many people dislike door to door sellers. Many find them overtly aggressive, and many hold a view of salesmen as sleazy in general. We have to change this perception. The goal is to be perceived as personal and trustworthy when making door to door sales. It is important to create a positive image when door to door selling because you are acting like a brand ambassador in some sorts. The way you act and present yourself reflects on your brand and products. For example, let's say you are a door to door seller working for a toaster company. If you act disrespectful, this will reflect poorly on the brand itself. Make sure that you spread a positive brand image. Smile and make eye contact in a friendly manner. In addition, make sure that you speak slowly and in amiable fashion. Avoid rapid and aggressive diction and pacing. The problem with aggressive diction and pacing on door to door selling is it feels aggressive and overloads the customer. This brings the wrong atmosphere to the meeting, while speaking amiable and slowly presents a more comfortable one and allows the customer to feel better about opening up with the struggles that you could then use to sell your product. Leave personal, or make sure that you look presented and professional. Leave personal space. Getting too close to the customer makes them uncomfortable, making them less likely to buy from you. Comfort is key. Go beyond a doormat or steps. Do not make it seem like you are a guest or want to enter the house, but that you are looking to engage in productive conversation. Expect to be rejected. Door to door sales do not have a high conversion rate. The best thing you can do is to make a strong pitch while being efficient with time. Set a limit for yourself for how long you will stay at a house if there is no progress on a sale. A good base time is 15 to 20 minutes. Expect rejection, but analyze why. If the issue is legitimately with your product or pitch, not just common disinterest in the product, determine solutions to this issue. For instance, if you feel a potential customer was offset by your tone of voice, try switching up the tone of your voice. The key is to find a talking manner that is not too soft, where customers think you are weak and will not want to buy or purchase a product or because they think you're not confident in the product itself, also not aggressive and battering for the aforementioned reasons. Many residents close doors in door to door sellers' faces, immediately reproaching interaction and denying possible sales. To do your best to prevent this from happening, make sure you know the answer to the four W's. The first W is who are you? The second is where are you from? The third is why are you here? And the fourth is when will you go? Make sure that you have the answers to these questions predetermined and answer the questions respectfully. Remember that the homeowner does have the right to answer these questions even if it comes off as rude. You're probably not expected most of the time. Thank you for listening.